Having an extensive library of CAD blocks with interior design elements can be beneficial to make your drawing faster and to be more accurate. In this video, I'm going to show you all you need to know about CAD blocks and how you can simplify your process using dynamic blocks for your interior design projects. So let's get started now. You can start your CAD blocks library by having them organized on two separate files. One file with all the construction elements and a second file with all of the decorating elements. In the construction element file, I store everything related to architectural details, such as doors, windows, light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, and appliances blocks. I like to organize them by category and each of the categories organized by the manufacturer's name, so everything is easier to find. Most companies will not offer a library of the products in CAD, but they will have a specification file that can be downloaded in PDF format and can be easily imported into AutoCAD. The PDF import feature can be found on the Insert tab or by typing command PDF import. We select the PDF file we have downloaded and then click Open, and just wait a few seconds for the item to be imported into AutoCAD. Now that the file has been imported, we can start cleaning up the object. To ungroup the lines and polylines inserted, we select the entire object and type command Explode. To change the line properties, we select all of the lines and set the lines to layer 0, line color by layer, line weight by layer, and line type by layer. To scale the item, we select the entire area and type command Scale. Now we need to specify the base point. Then we need to select the scale factor. In this case, we are going to click on Reference, and then we need to specify the reference length, which in this case I'm going to use the 3 inches from this point to this other point. So now we need to specify the new length, and in this case is the 3 inches. Enter. We can now create a dimension reference to check that the item has been scaled successfully. We can now remove any additional information we don't need by keeping only the lines of the objects and by removing any additional dimension lines, text, and numbers. We are going to select one of the views and type command block. And here is where we can include the item information to define the block. So I will type the model number to define the name of the block, and under the description we can add the manufacturer's name and product information. Now that the block has been created, we can just copy and paste it into our library of blocks, and also add it in one of our project elevations we are currently working. Our dynamic CAD blocks library, created with the interior design industry in mind, includes 16 different types of doors and windows. There are 3 blocks included in the file: dynamic doors, with 11 different types of doors, including swing doors, pocket doors, opening French doors, bifold doors, shower doors, and closet doors; dynamic windows, including standard windows, sliders, and patio doors with 2 and 3 panels; and lastly, dynamic garage doors. Using special grips, shape, size, and configuration can be easily transformed in order to get the CAD block needed. Use the visibility grip to select one of the doors or windows from the drop-down menu list, the flip grip, which allows the block to be mirrored, the stretch grip, allowing the block to be adjusted in both directions, and the align grip to align the block to any wall or object. To insert one of the blocks into our project file, we are just going to copy one of the blocks and paste it next to the floor plan. You can also use the blocks palette command. Then on Libraries, select the downloaded file, click Open. We are going to select each of the block, right click, and then copy to favorites. So every time we open a new project, these 3 dynamic blocks are going to appear in the Favorites tab. To insert the block, just drag and drop the object into the project file. Our dynamic blocks include wipeouts, so you don't need to trim a specific area in order to insert the object into the walls. So before plotting, make sure that the wipeouts themselves we not plot by using the wipeout frame command, and then we enter 0 value. To display proper dashed lines, we are going to use the LT scale command, set to 21 scale factor in model space, and on paper space we are going to use command PS LT scale. Now enter. Now we are going to use the value 0, enter, and we are going to repeat this process on each of the project layouts. For the decorating elements, all furniture blocks, accessories, and decor items can be saved in a separate file similar to this one, and you can organize your furniture library by room. To create a furniture block from scratch to represent this chair in plan view, we are going to follow these steps. When you download free CAD blocks, most of the blocks are scaled in millimeters. Once the block is downloaded, we need to make sure that the drawing units are set in architectural and in inches. Now we are going to have to convert this group of chairs from millimeter to inches, and to do that we need to type the command scale, we specify the base point, and now we need to specify the correct scale factor, which in this case is this one, millimeter to inches. So we are going to type 0.0393701. We hit enter, and as you can see, this chair is now 22 by 22 inches. So we are going to copy this chair over here, and we are going to customize this chair with a new width and depth. We are going to create a rectangle for reference, so we are going to specify a base point. We type D for dimension, specify the length, which in this case is 21.7 width, 22.5 for depth, and we are going to create a dimension to specify the measurements of the square, first the width and now the depth. We move this chair over here, and now we can just scale this chair based on this rectangle that we are going to use as a reference. We are going to explode the chair. Now we select everything, type the command scale, we specify a base point, now type R for reference, so the reference is going to be from this point to this other point. To correct the depth of the item, we are going to align the object and move the bottom lines so they touch the closest square. Now we are going to use the extend command, and by closing the open lines, the object is ready to be grouped as a single block. And that was it. I hope you enjoyed learning with me about CAD blocks for your interior design projects. Make sure to check our website cadforinteriors.com to find custom CAD blocks and CAD resources for interior designers. Thank you so much.